Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30. Canada will say goodbye to a young soldier this morning who was shot and killed while guarding the National War Memorial in Ottawa last week. Corporal Nathan Cirillo will be given a full regimental funeral in his hometown of Hamilton, Ontario. That's where the 24-year-old reservist served and where he will be laid to rest. Before today's service, the public was able to view a military and police procession as Cirillo's casket is carried through the streets before arriving at Cathedral in Hamilton. The corporal leaves behind a 6-year-old son. Long-promised anti-terrorism legislation has been introduced by the Conservative government. It's aimed at strengthening the protection of intelligence sources. Several people have been cheering the move in the wake of last week's shootings in Ottawa, but some experts say it stops short of shielding an identity, which is crucial to proving someone's innocence. The government bill was tabled yesterday, and it also gives the Canadian Security Intelligence Service more latitude to obtain a court-ordered warrant authorizing security investigations abroad.
I think the first question we really need to ask before we say, do we have enough laws to address violence, is whether the existing laws we have are working as well as they should be, and whether they're being operationalized as well as they should be.
A man is dead after a single vehicle crash in Richmond last night. It happened around 8 o'clock on Gilbert Road and Dyke Road. Collision experts are still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but it appears the car was heading south on Gilbert before it smashed into a building on Dyke Road near the Fraser River. Emergency crews performed CPR, but the driver could not be saved. The man was in his 20s. His name has not been released. Fire crews are trying to figure out what started a blaze in Vancouver last night. Greg Harper is live in Kerrisdale and brings us the very latest.
Good morning,
there.
Jody. It happened here. This is a business called the Kerrisdale Natural Market. It's on West 41st. Behind me, we're seeing some charred windows, some pumpkins that have to be thrown out as well. This is a fire that started at around 9 o'clock last night, and it took firefighters a couple hours to put it out. Lots of smoke in the back. It's believed that this fire started on the ground level, but what started this blaze, that is unclear. It's possible there could be damage upstairs. I've heard from somebody who just lives around here who witnessed the fire last night. They say it's a real estate office upstairs, that the owners actually don't have an office up there, so we believe that's damaged as well. But again, what caused this, we don't know that yet, but it is clear that this is a business that won't be open today, likely won't be open for quite some time. Jody? All right, Greg Harper reporting live from Kerrisdale this morning. Thanks, Greg. Police have released a description of a suspect in connection with a violent sexual assault in East Vancouver over the weekend. Police say a woman was dragged inside a man's car near Joyce Street and Archimedes just after midnight on Saturday. She was then driven to an area near East 45th Avenue and Rupert Street, where she was stabbed and sexually assaulted. The suspect is described as Middle Eastern, in his mid to late 40s, and around 6 feet tall. Police say his vehicle is an older model minivan, dark blue or green in color. The City of Toronto has a new mayor, as Rob Ford is being replaced by a straight-laced, moderate Conservative. John Tory scored 40% of the vote in yesterday's civic election. That means the businessman and former provincial politician beat his nearest rival, Doug Ford, by about 64,000 votes. Tory says he plans to bring respect back to Toronto City Hall.
My temperament is different. I mean, I'm not a person who wants to go down there and sort of provoke armed combat. I want to go down there and provoke results. And I think if you show the respect, if you sort of, focus on the fact it's not all about you, it is about the council doing things together. I don't believe that's going to produce everyday agreement on everything, but I do think you can get some things done.
Doug Ford, who ran in his brother's place as he battles a rare form of cancer, got 33% of the vote. Rob Ford, however, will be returning to City Hall. He ran for his old city council seat, which he easily won. It's been a wet night across much of the South Coast, and people are again being asked to help out during the heavy rainfall when it comes to keeping storm drains clear. Street teams from the City of Vancouver were on standby last night to deal with any blockages caused by the weather system, but as Russ Lacate predicted, the storm was less ferocious than expected. The city is asking you not to sweep leaves into the street and to help clear up any blockages.
We have about 44,000 storm drains in the city, and you can imagine that if one of them backs up with leaves, it causes a big problem. So we ask that people not sweep leaves into the street because it can cause flooding. And if you do see a plugged catch basin and you are able to clean it, we would really like it if you could do so.
Rain and winds are not expected to taper off until about midnight tonight.